This morning we kind of feel like we have to come do some serious heavy lifting. We even bring notes. This morning for some reason I feel to talk about loyalty, Because even that song I'm playing, it makes mention of Job. I was sitting down last night, right? I was sitting down last night. I can't say that. I need to put down that. I was sitting down last night. Good. I'm alright. Give thanks. And that voice. Direct me to Job, the book of Job, because I did not understand the book of Job was about loyalty, right? Because this is why nowadays we can't really let people bash the Bible and tell us that the Bible is evil. Because when you come on this platform nowadays, you see some African sisters, especially some black women, saying they have escaped cult and they're going after spirituality. And like, if you had a bad experience with religion, or your spirituality was taken advantage of, like, my heart goes out to you, right? But when we talk about the spiritual realms and the importance of spirituality, because I sat down last night and I'm even in a space where I've got like 11 brothers, right? And one of them do something that really show a level of disloyal. And I'm sitting down last night and the Bible and the Spirit said, the Bible said, open Job. And this is why, like, I get baptized the other day, because I understand the importance of spirituality and just listening to that divine spirit that's in you. Because the man said, the man says he's not going to come burst through the clouds, but he said, I reside in you because the kingdom of heaven is within you. And he said, I lived and reign in heaven. So this is why I'm always tell people to be mindful, because we have this beautiful picture. And they said, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So when you hold this pure picture of yourself in its purest form, you don't have any ill will or any grudge or no towards anybody. You're really keeping your heavens pure. And I sat down last night and I was listening to and I'm reading and trying to understand Job. And Job, in all intensive purpose, Job was a rich man. Rich man. And this is why you got to make sure people can vouch for you. Job had like 5,000 cows and sheep. And in all, it said in the Bible, he was one of the richest men in the West. And the devil got to Jesus and said, look, I bet you if you take away everything from Job, because Job have like seven sons and 3 daughters, or 5 sons and 3 daughters, right? And the devil, because sometimes when God bless you, you see, sometimes when you bless Miss R, you see, sometimes when you bless Debbie Leah, and feel free to give me a like or share. I don't want too much people, because sometimes when I get too much people watch me, I get bombarded with people trying to sell me stuff or try to get me to sign up. So we like to have about 4 people. But this morning, this 20 or 30 minutes is going to save you. And I'm going to tell you when I finish, download the Bible app and just press play and listen to it. All right? I'm going to save you some time. When people can vouch for you, it said something. You see, when somebody can say Miss Garden Hall is a hopeful character, she's decent, she is loyal, it counts for something. Because when the devil see Job blessing, this is why when people see your blessing, this is why if you start a work or you get promoted, some people are going to be envious. Some people are not going to want you to get your blessings. So when you get your blessings in life, it's going to come with envious, right? And some of them will do everything, and God have to goes a far way. So when Jesus said to Satan, I can take away everything from Job, and he's still not going to curse me. He's still not going to curse me, because he loves me, he's faithful, he's one of the most righteous men. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of life. All right? Make sure say people can vouch for you, because you see, when nobody can vouch for you, or when people put them reputation on the line, because sometimes even in the workplace you have people put them reputation. You might get a work for somebody because you might know them suffering, and you might say, hey, this person is a good person, and you get them. This is why when you're writing reference for people, you have to be careful. When somebody come and said, hey, Miss All, can you sign this? Can you give me a reference? You have to be careful, because a reference is important. That's you doing what Jesus did for Job. That's you saying this person is a decent person. He's not a criminal. He is who he or she said he is. And when Jesus said to Satan, if I take away everything from Job, he's still not going to curse me. And Satan said to Jesus, do it. And Jesus smite down everything that Job loved and have in his possession. And he still hold on, still show loyalty. So when we look on our life, sometimes we are I'm learning that not every hungry dogs who comes, no. But sometimes you have to feed them and send them on them way, because the beauty of the Bible, there's a in the Bible when Jesus said, why should you only get a blessings if you only show people love who show you love, Miss All? So it is hard. What we have to do is identify them. Love them from a distance, Sometimes we can't get too close because we know, guess what? Them only want the strength to bite us. But this is a test of faith, a test of character, and a test of the biblical principles. So we can't just out there. Yes, man, we have to help them, but we have to be careful. This is why Garnet Silk have a song say, if your neighbor come begging you something, don't say, go until tomorrow. Give it now if you can. Right? We have to bless them. We have to still bless them because that's we showing that we understand the biblical principle. I'm not only here to love who shows me love. This is why the Bible said I'm not here for the saved and the righteous, but I'm here for the unjust. So sometimes, even though you know they are not who they say they are, we still have to do the work. And this is we showing loyalty, because make no mistake about it, Jesus put his reputation on the line and said to the devil, if I take away everything from Job, he's still going to love me. And this is why sometimes when you are going through your test, we can't be too. A lot of people, as soon as them head hurt them or them foot hurt them or them go to them work and them lose them work, them start to curse God. Like, where is the loyalty? Where is your loyalty? Where is your loyalty? Where is your truth? So this is what we sat down last night, and that voice said, open the book of Job. Open the book of Job. We're going to take you to it and so when you talk about Miss All, I know that you like to read. We like to pass on the knowledge because each one teach one. Over the years, I've helped so many, but learn that to say no, because of course you have to learn to no. I have to say it because not many people like to hear no, and that's how you're going to know the real people from the fake one. When you have the courage, it takes courage to say no, because no is a word that offends a lot of people, right? Like as I said, I'm in a space where speak one of my brother, we've been through a lot, and I've wake up to the realization, is disloyal, you know what I mean? And when we try to speak, they don't want to hear it because they like flip the script. The disloyal people like to make it looks like whatever you did it and they did not ask, because they don't want to be grateful. They don't want to show gratitude. And that's the thing with disloyal people. That's the thing with people who don't believe in loyalty, who don't believe that, hey, this person helped me when I was at my weakest, when I needed help the most. They're never going to acknowledge that. Disloyal people always find a way to make it look like you do it off your own back. They did not ask. They did not show that weakness. They did not show that they need your help. There's not one person who you help and they have turned out to be disloyal. That's not one person going to hold up them and said, you know what, you helped me when I need it. They are always going to be saying to you, right? When we get grateful, we tend to seek and get. Of course, gratitude. They said gratitude start the right attitude. It might sound trivial, but this is what I've come to the realization. I don't sit around and look and wait for the people who are helped to return, right? I know that a blessing is out there from somewhere, because this is why sometimes good things happens to us without we even expecting it, and that it comes back from you doing that good deed and putting it out there in the universe. It does not come to you because I help you, and this is where a lot of people get frustrated and a lot of people give up from being good, because they think that the person that they help has to be the exact person who's returned the favor. It doesn't work like that. You keep doing good, because when the time comes, a stranger who you do not know from nowhere, that's the blessing coming back to you tenfold. So don't get into that mindset or that mind frame that have helped people and they have been disloyal, they have been unjust, they are not being grateful. That's just people being people. And not like, as a wise man said, there's a handful of nasty people out there, but they do get around. And they are the ones who is always looking for help. This is why ungrateful people never have a steady surrounding or a steady environment, because they have to bite and move. When you meet some of the most disloyal people, if you should check back the history where they're coming from, everybody can have something bad to say about them. That's how you can. Sometimes we meet some people in them 30s and them 40s and they don't have a steady environment. They don't have a steady amount of people that's been there with them. Sometimes we can't be quick and say, no, we have to. This is why we can't disregard history. Because how can you be of certain age and you never make a meaningful relationship? Nobody will put them, nobody will vouch for you. And this was what, when remember, when Satan see how blessed and how rich. So if you take anything from this conversation this morning, this 30 minutes or 15 or whatever, whenever time the enemies see you blessed, they are going to try to put you down. They are going to try to pull you down. And this was what happens in the book of Job. Satan look and see that Job had over 7,000 cows and sheep and everything. He's got a blessed family. Because sometimes, you have your family, you have your nice husband, your nice kids, your life comfortable. There comes some little Jezebel. Yes, no man. I am mindful. I've always said it. I'm mindful that there is enough non-substance on this platform, right? I don't want to contribute to that. I get the message and I can't sit down with it. I cannot sit with it. I need to come and put it out there. And maybe somebody is trying to understand loyalty and what it means to be loyal. As a wise man said, I think it's Jim Rohn, said the Bible is logical as much as it's practical. If anything is not going right in your life, there is a story in the Bible that to tell you what are you doing right or what are you doing wrong, right? So for those of us who want to understand what it means to be loyal, because if you feel like that's a character flaw, I need to understand it more, because if somebody is going to put them neck on the line for me and said, hey, Miss All is a person of good character, she is of good conscience, she does what she said, that person have to know that they don't come back and be embarrassed. I've worked in hotel already where I see people get work for people and both of them lose their job because that person that recommend that person for the job, the person that got the job come and did something so bad that the manager, the hotel owner was so upset with both of them. It's like, who got him this job? Who hired him? Get rid of that person also. This is why we have to be a judge of good character. All right, this is why we have to make sure when we are going to say, hey, I'm signing this reference of recommendation, you make sure that you know the person that you're recommending. I think if you don't believe me, I think there was a music producer in Jamaica when he was just hitting his strides. I think he was called something under the blocks. He recommended somebody who winded up in scamming in America, and the American feds flew down to Jamaica and pick him up because he was the one who signed the passport recommendation so this person could gain access to America. That's the importance. But when Jesus said to Satan, if I take away all of Job's blessing, he's still not going to curse me. How many people out there, how many person watching this live, we have to be careful not to draw to people personalities, but rather the character. As I said, like a chalk like, and that's the beauty. So yeah, you are going to, this is why I don't go around, and you're right. This is why a wise man said, when you hate somebody, you are seeing something in them that reminds them of you. So I don't go around nowadays and claim I hate that person or I don't like that person, because I know for a fact if I am admitting that, I think who said it? I'm trying, because I like to give the credit. I don't remember if it was Bob Proctor, but it was one of them speakers said, hey, when you go around and said you hating people, right? You can only hate because it's a reflection. I'm hating you because you are reminding me. So it's like everybody's holding up a mirror of you, and that's what's reflecting back. So and that's important. So it's a character traits and the mannerisms of people that we picked up on, and it's easy. It's not difficult, right? But it goes back to what we're saying. Some people will embarrass you, but can people, just like what Jesus did for Job, to say, hey, if I take away all his blessings, it goes on to say in the story, Satan still wasn't convinced. Job was struck down with leprosy. Everything in his body hurt, from his head to his sole of his feet. And that's the beauty of the Bible. This is why nowadays I don't want to live in spiritual unrest, because I am disregarding the stories that's there. It goes on to say, because remember, what many people remembered about Job is the leprosy, is that sickness. But what brings on the leprosy? What brings on the leprosy and Job? Right? The devil was jealous at Job. What's bringing on your lack in this life? What did you do Because some people is so jealous of you that you might get a promotion at work and they are so jealous. Job was the most loyal, never waver from. Exact, but that's what we're trying to. Now I'm getting through to you. Because can you imagine, some people go to the hospital and do a little operation and they feel like God is against them. They don't have the mindset or the fortitude to hold on to their faith, to be loyal and know that, hey, I'm going to recover, right? Think about it. Sometimes you might be in your work and you get a promotion and your enemies, them are so jealous that some of the little perks, because sometimes you have some perks when you get promoted, they can't even give it to you because it's going to breed jealousy. That's the enemy's job, to be jealous of you. That's what it said in Job. Job even was struck down with leprosy to prove to Satan he's still going to be loyal. Are you a loyal person? Are you a Job? Are you a Job? Doesn't matter what you're going through right now. Are we not going to trivialize it? Because we live in a day and age now where whatever you are going through, it always seems like the worst, because what we live in is such a small space where we're seeing everything and we're judging our life and the next man's life or the next person's life. So we automatically, as soon as we feel better, we feel bad. It's like on that hamster wheel. We don't even have the time and the energy to sit down and examine ourselves, because we are constantly being bombarded with people doing better or looking like people doing better than us. That's the beauty of life, right? That's why we do what we do, Miss All. How are you anyway? So this morning we talk about loyalty, right? We never want to come over here. If you notice, in my house, it's a lot of in and out. Because you see this platform, Miss All, this is why when I talk to you, I always encourage you to keep going. At some point, we have to go through a paradigm shift, all right? Keep making good content, right? Listen to me. Listen to me now. We are going through a time where we might feel like people don't want to learn anything. You put up a video, and as soon, if it's now 3 seconds or more, I have a video in my phone I need to post, right? Because as soon as you go on social media now, the new trend with some of these ladies, right? They say they are doing before and after pictures, right? And this is why I'm saying anybody who is posting good content and holding on to their morals, if you get 20, 30 views, be grateful. Because you know what I notice on this platform nowadays, especially the women, they are bad for it, right? They claim they are going to the gym, right? And they want to show a before and after picture, and they put on the skin piece clothes and they come and they bend over to the camera and you're seeing what they're having for breakfast, right? I can't compete with that. I can't, and I don't want to compete with that. I'm looking for the handful of people or persons who is not about that. Not everybody wants to live a substantial life. Not everybody wants to hear something of value. I'm smart enough to know that, hey, you don't value yourself. You are in a place and a space that you would rather thousands of strangers watch you bent over provocatively for validation. I can't compete with that. So I'm of the mindset nowadays, and this platform is good for that, right? They are a business, and they will look for the contents that's getting the click. But sooner or later, it will have to change. Sooner or later, it have to change. Remember, you know, if we live in a day and age where, like, when you speak, I'm about teaching and empowering. Of course, everybody can't do the same thing, Miss R. Right, and that's the beauty. When you take away from the virus that we lived through for the past 3 years or 4 years, life have to go through a reset. So those who is living for the trivial things, they are getting older, and with time come wisdom. At some point, they are going to wake up to the realization, and it's your content and my content that's going to have to save them. So don't you get disheartened. Never you get disheartened, all right? Whether you get 100, I like to see my TikTok as my diary. As I said, if I die tomorrow, I want to die empty. I don't want to. I was sitting down Saturday, and just by listening to that divine spirit, I've written a book. And that comes from personal development and understand the divine intelligence that's want to express through me. And I remember taking out my phone. I think I spoke to, was it both of you I spoke to, and said, what was the process? Because we realized, all right, with this platform, the good side and the bad side, you meet people who has done some of the things that you are trying to do. So I don't need to sit down and wonder now. I just asked a question, and I spoke to, big up yourself, Ankara, how are you doing? Nice to have you. But I was talking about the farmer and how the farmer protected his seeds. And as I get older in life, I had a flashback and said, this was why the farmer was telling me, watch where I stand. And in the video, I said you got to watch what people said around you, because some people is coming around you to step on the seeds you plant. It doesn't have to be a physical seeds. But if I'm telling you, I've got greatness in me, I see myself becoming this and that, and I want to accomplish this, and they are telling you that you can't do it, they are stepping on your seeds. They are planting, they are compressing it down. And from there, I went and I sat down with myself, with my thoughts. And I remember when it comes harvest time, how the farmer taught me how to harvest it. So that's what I spoke about you guys yesterday about the book. And I've pretty much written a book. As a wise man said, only... Good morning. Good, all right, sugar. All right, later. As a wise man said, Jack May said it best. The only people need to be afraid of technology is the people who can't dream, who don't have a dream. And I sat down and I used between ChatGPT and a few other platforms. I compile a beautiful... so that's the beauty. Listen to me, like, I don't want to live a life without substance. I'm here. I've wake up to the realization. I was coming home from work last night in the car, and some of the music that was playing, I remember dancing to them in my 20s. And that's the beauty of life. When we realize that we are not here forever, you start live. It forces you to live. It forced you to think about, how do I want to be remembered? What do I want my legacy to be? Do I want my kids coming behind me to struggle, to live with the lack of knowledge? So if it's even to start to document your experiences. You ever watch some of these movies when some people in the movies realize they have a limited time to live? They're trying to leave as much for the child, especially if they are dying, leave a child coming behind. Right? Sometimes I'm here thinking you are... No, I'm blessed, man. Oh, no. No, man. I'm JLS, you know. I remember Chico. Come on, it's Chico time. Remember Sharon Osbourne from X Factor? I'm that old, you know. I just make aging look good. I just age like a fine wine, because when I look on you and Miss All and other people who follow me, I can tell some people who has good mind and have a good energy and a good aura about them. As a wise man said, I saw a philosopher on his deathbed, and he was not old apart from in aging. Right? When you keep your events clean, when you keep your events pure, and you know, sometimes you can look at some people and them just look, as my father would say, kumuchin. Then look bad mind, from them head to them toe, them just look corrupt. And because I came across the book, As a Man Thinketh in his heart, so is he. If you are constantly having evil and untowards in thoughts to people, over here. No, I want to tell you saying I don't like the crowd. I don't like the crowd in Ankara, because the other day me get a good crowd, and by the time me come off, everybody think them have the answer to what I'm trying to do. And I've got a clothing brand, but the most I tell me said that's not even the mission of man right now. Because he promised to look after me. This is why when I sat down and the Bible tell us about, you know, as a man thinketh, man. And I want to tell you, say, when I sat down and he promised, because he said to us, you know, if he provides for the birds and the bees, are we after here? Are we no more important? So if you trust in him, cry good those apps money in your pocket. Yeah, but sometimes it get too much. You know, you feel like they're coming at me from all angles. And I love technology, but I hate technology. Right? Mean crowd, you know. But it's going to be hard, Ankara, for me to get a crowd, because as it said in the Bible, the poor gathers together. And if I'm trying to enrich people, they don't want to hear that. You know, as I was saying before you briefly joined, we come on the platform and see who is getting the views. Or it's more like the ignoble people, you know, the people who have nothing to really offer. I don't want somebody to wake up 10 years and say they wasted time on TikTok with me and they have nothing to show for it. If you rock with me for 5 minutes this morning, we're talking about loyalty. And if you want to understand me, no poor, at life. Yeah, man, life of a rich man, rich in blessing. Because remember, I say broke is temporary, but poor is a mindset. I'm never poor. I'm probably broke right now, but I'm not poor. I have rich thought. And this is why I attract rich people around me, you know. The people want to understand something. So like this morning, we're talking about when you're getting your blessing, because I know you are a doctor, Ankara. I hope you don't mind me saying it, and a published author. So Ankara, I got 2 published authors watching you, right? And sometimes in life, have a blessed day, baby girl. Sometimes in life, when you get your blessings, the devil will go to your superior and tell them that you are not worthy of your blessing. Sometimes, even sometimes in our work, our superior had to pull back some of the things to test us, and a lot of us turn on our superior. This is why I want you guys to get to the mindset of don't follow people and discredit the Bible, because Jesus said to Satan, if I take away everything from Job, he's still going to be loyal. Sometimes your supervisor have to say to you this morning, Miss All, don't park there, because you don't know the conversation that she had, who was being a pain, and she had to pull back some of the blessings. But then you are going to be disloyal by cursing her out and go to the canteen and tell, ladies, should I? I remember talking to my brother, and he said, all right, I'm just here to share my gift, that's all I do. That's all I do. So hopefully when I come over here, you don't have to catch. If you notice, sometimes I put it in a song. I think I've got a video to post it, right? The video I'm supposed to post it this morning or later on today was about sometimes your enemies think they bury you, but they plant you. I sat down yesterday and that's what come on my soul, Sometimes I'm like, why me? But then I'm saying to Jesus, why not me? Yes, my Ankara is a children author, right? Hopefully you guys can make the introduction, especially in our community. We have to meet each other, right? We have to share ideas. We have to work together, right? That's the only thing that's going to save us, all right? It's the gift of reading, the gift of books, all right? And meet each other. I was very appreciative, half motivational. No man, no half man, you are full. Like we spoke yesterday, just keep going. What I find when I stop doing it for like 3-4 weeks, I come back and I start shout. I'm just ring rusty. So, cause sometimes I feel like it's a burden, and I don't want to call my blessing a burden, cause last month I did not do much, and the first few I did this week, I was just shouting. And I sit back and I'm like, why am I shouting? But because I did not do it, I lose my edge. So it's not about being a half motivated. Just keep growing. Keep reading. I would always recommend a Les Brown, a Bob Proctor. I love Jim Rohn, storytelling. I love what Les Brown brings to his motivational. It brings the humor, it brings the reality, but it brings it at the end that it's possible, and you got greatness in you. So some as we were saying. So we were blessed yesterday. We record the video. We haven't posted yet. That sometimes some people think they bury you, but they actually planted you. And there's not one seed in this world that can bring forth its fruit without being planted. That's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of understanding. You want poetry? All right, I'm gonna write. It's been a while since I've done anything for the couples them. All right, I might do something for Romeo and Juliet. But all I need to do is just command my subconscious. I'm not whole of little faith. I'm full of faith. I think I know enough about relationship that I can write something. I can write the good and the bad, because being married from 20 and trying to grow within a relationship, that's difficult. And there is something there to be said about that. You know what I mean? Because I'm not one going to tell you I'm going to get up and leave my wife, but there's times I need to pull. Yeah, man, we know enough, man. Like, a lot of people think, well, I get married from I'm 20. So, even Saturday, yeah, man, I've been married 23. I'm blessed, man. And the Bible says, he who find a wife find a good thing. You know what I mean? So, and a lot of people want the fairy tale relationship. I love my marriage. It's got the good, the bad, and the indifferent. Yeah, I wouldn't trade it for the world. And that's the beauty. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of life. Yes, man, that's the beauty. And like I said, because even when I written this story, my wife was freaking out. She's like, I've never heard this story. And sometimes you have your partner and they think they hear everything. But sometimes God doesn't really reveal certain things to you till at a certain time. You know what I mean? So even that, when I give her the draft to read, she was more interested in cursing me out. Say, I did not know you were on a farm when you were 12. I did not know this. And I'm like, I did not even know I was on the farm, but I did not know the experience could have become so pivotal in my life, right? Motivational speaker, we know some man wicked. Oh yeah, I'll tell you something. Of course, we have some wicked man, and we have some wicked woman. Like, it doesn't matter, I've said it before, it doesn't matter your color, class, or creed. if you are, and I said it all the while, I said the reason why a lot of women will say, I think I'm a big proponent. I said if you want to get to know a man, if his mom is alive, try to get to know him. Watch how he treat his mom. Watch how, because our man, good morning, just love, how are you doing? Our man cheats his mom, and you got some bad mom, but you have to take everything on merit, right? But as I said, and it comes back to a video I did the other day. I said, true love set you free. True love, so everything I said makes sense. So you see the common thread. So some people use loyalty and everything. Hey, some mama wicked bad. But then why would you marry to a wicked mom? Because his son ultimately, as my granny would say, I could have one day before judgment, the river must come back for its course. Right? So 9 out of 10 times if the mama wicked, because tree no far from the block. Show me the tree and show me the fruit. I'll show me the fruit and I'll show you the tree. Because a tree have to bear its fruit. So if you have a wicked mom, if you have a wicked mother, then you have a wicked son. We all have to give Caesar what's due to some men and women, of course. So it's about looking at life. But ultimately, as I said in my last videos, true love set you free. But this is why we have to take everything on its merit. We have to take everything on its merit. So we can't, you have some wicked man out there. But what's your? I think what we find sometimes we're too busy trying to make the wrong person the right person. That wicked man that you is trying to make a good man has got his person out there. And I think if we're willing, my uncle, mom, give him away. Yeah, of course. But then again, all right, so change the way how you look at a thing and the thing you look at will change. I think the last time we talked about giving away or giving up for adoption, because, Ankara, there's a big thing in the story where this famous American gymnast mom gave her up for adoption, and she's bitter towards the mom because the mom was battling with addiction. So it comes back to change the way how you look at a thing and the thing you look at will change. If a woman give up a child, it must because she come to that conclusion. I love you. Yeah, Simone Biles. I love you this much that I can't be the mom or the father to you. Now you got some women out there wicked. Remember, I said enough. That's why we said change the way how you look. It comes back to philosophy. And I think he was a Scottish philosopher. Right? Said change the way how you look at a thing and the thing you look at will change. Right? It's more than, we never know the full story. But what I'm trying to say, you got a lot of women out there. Remember, we see it from time to time. Leave, like, throw a baby in a scandal bag. I think it was last Christmas in this country. We see we saw it in the story. So when a woman give up a kid for adoption, especially in the black community, it's more than that. She gave her away and she turned out. Yes, but what I'm trying to say, all right, we are looking at it from like she just give her away. I'm looking at it from saying she was battling with addiction. And this is why we have context is important, Context is important. This is why when a guy approach you in the street, you know if this guy is being inappropriate or is being friendly. Nowadays, we have lost the ability to contextualize things. Big word I'm trying to call it. So context is important. Now we look deeper and more personal level. Now we look at, yes, man, make we unpick it because this is why I'm here, This is why I'm here. So, in the black community, we have been told to suffer in silence. So, rather than because remember, especially in America, and this is what we're seeing in the UK, black people is functioning in a system that's set up for them to design to fail. And I think when I talk about Simone Biles, I think a lot of us turn our blessings into curse, our testimony into bitterness. And whether she want to confront it or accept it, right? These are the things that turn successful people who have the ways and means to self-destruct. There's not one steel beam in our house that did not have to go through a furnace. If your mom was battling with addiction, because addiction is an illness. White people happy to say addiction is an illness. But black people is a stigma. Right? Our mom did the best thing for... Yeah, but this is why I come back. I think I post the clip from it. True love set you free. If me love you as a woman, and me see your potential to become a doctor. And remember, back in the Windrush generation, you got enough parents, At Jamaica, we send them picnic come to England to come live with them auntie and uncle. For them can get access to the English educational system. They make the selfless sacrifice. This is why he said, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son, so whosoever believeth in him should not perish. And the beauty where they believe that Jesus died on the cross or not, he give you freedom of choice. You don't have to love him. You don't have to love him. Because guess what? He laid down his life for you. And him still not did he tell us that you have to love or believe the story. Could you imagine how much I would in charge of murder if we do certain things to certain people and then come and deny we? Come on now. So when Simone Biles' mother a battle with drugs and drink addiction and said, this is why sometimes you have your diamond and you entrust your diamond with the wrong people. What Simone, granny, and grandfather is robbery. I don't know the full story. Half of the story has never been told. But what's been there is to tell me, hey, here was a black woman that's battling with addiction that has to confront her demons. I don't care. A lot of people say she a come back for money or she a come back. I have never seen Simone Biles taking a picture with her mother. Black people, we battle addiction. And addiction is an illness. And a lot of people say she was getting help. You know, amount of white, I think the other day I talked to my wife, somebody, she know, relapse. Addiction is a serious disease. I don't think they would like to say you can cure from addiction, but you are just one snap. Relapse back into relapse. So how comes we can't look past Simone Biles' mother and say, hey, she make a selfless decision. You know the amount of people where, this is why we do it, you know, true love set you free. You know the amount of woman and man when they reach their full potential. This is why Friedrich Nietzsche said love is the most selfish emotions. Because me can present any one of you with a life-changing opportunity and you can't take it because you got people who love and depend on you. Me don't want everybody love me. Me don't want everybody love me. No, because a lot of us faced with life-changing decision. But before we make the decision, we have to think about our loved ones. Friedrich Nietzsche said it. Love is the most selfish of emotions. There's not one of you right now can get up and make a decision. You have to think about your kids. You have to think about your husband. Allow me to tell my life, you know, me tell us I don't want to hold people for my life because I don't want to hear the truth. The truth I truth. We're not fool. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of life. This is what we do over here. Alright? So, change the way you look at a thing and the thing you look at will change. How about Simone Biles? Use our platform to raise the awareness of drug addiction in the black community. Rather than you can jump and flick. You can jump and flick and swing till thy kingdom come. Be an advocate. Be a solution to the problem. Shine light upon it. Black people battle addiction like any other race. Who is you if you come scan your mother? Me don't know the full story, but who is you? Use your platform. Black people battle addiction. I think we are the only race we have to suffer in a silence because we dare not let nobody know our weakness because they are going to weaponize it against us and look upon us as less than. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you see me for the first time, you see me for the first time, Miss All, right? You missed the closing, right? All I was saying, she need to use our platform and shine a light. We as a people is the only race of people that suffer in silence. Be an advocate for change. Be an advocate. Look on the race. Look on the adoption rate amongst black success. We don't even know. I think my brother adopted a daughter the other day, and the first thing that come to my mind is less than. Why am I thinking like that? Why we? Because my brother, and I have to battle that realize he's not less than. He's giving a young black child a chance. Because the mom was in a predicament where she couldn't provide for the child. And him and his wife be like, let's adopt the baby. And him have to hide the baby from, because everybody in the family think he's why are we like that? Tupac said it, man. We have to think different. Change the way we eat, change the way we sleep, change the way we think, change the way we treat each other because the old way wasn't working. That's why I do what I do. I don't come over here for nothing more. Somebody have to do it. Somebody have to say it. Think about it. There's not one black person that if them have a family member who adopt a young black child to give them a chance in life, we don't laugh after them and say, look on him with the adopt baby. Contrast to that, when the white people adopt, them love the whole family. We have to change in the mind. I love coming to, I haven't eaten meat for like about a month now and I'm feeling so much better. My thoughts is clearer, my everything is clearer. And I sat down and said, think about it. I didn't make the decision to eat meat. My parents feed me meat. How much of us is living and eating and behaving of what we've been fed? Have we sit down and question it? I was waking up 5:30 every morning and I think as you know, social media got you so warped. Successful people wake up 5:30 and I'm tired and I was just wanting to get a good night's sleep, not knowing that the meat, because the meat we are eating nowadays is so much my body wasn't my body didn't want anything to do with it. The way I was sitting now, I've got so much energy. My body is busy keeping me alive. I've got energy. I feel like 21, honestly. And it gives me a clear thought process. And I'm saying to myself, I didn't make the decision to eat meat. My parents put this thing, the chicken leg as a pit and call it drumstick. And I wake up, it take me 40 years to question. I say, you know what? I did not make the decision to eat meat. Let me see if I'm happy without eating meat. And I don't know how long it will last. But I know for a fact, I'm sleeping past 5:30. I'm sleeping. I'm waking up full of energy. My body does not miss the meat. My belly does not feel like a garbage bin. We have to question what we know. Question it. Why do we think certain way? Why do we act certain way? It's just because black men supposed to be a sexual prowess and black women should always be able to bear child. Go into the black community and ask them to go check the fertility rate. There's black couple out there. I think Lady Saw was the most ridiculed woman because she wasn't able to give birth. And when you mention Lady Saw name in the black community, oh, she a barren, she a this, she a that. No, come on, man. How many Lady Saws out there that can't give birth but will be able to provide a home for a black child? So why should Simone Biles' mother keep her in the drugs then? Then if Simone Biles change the way how she look at the thing, then chances are she would become a drug addict. Me no want nobody tell me saw me a go here, man. A wise man say every good performer no have time to leave the stage. You understand me, Miss All? So I just but if you rock with me, it's all about elevating your mind and your frequency. Right? Because this is why Bob Marley said it best. You have to emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Alright? The mental slavery, the construct that was put in place to make sure, all right, there was deliberately mental slavery was constructed to keep black people where they are, and it's not by accident. It is not by accident. Remember, if you live in the UK, as soon as if you walk past somebody and they make a monkey noise, you automatically think they are making that monkey noise at you. Generational programming. Generation, no matter how great you are. Anywhere you're there, you hear it. Anywhere you're there, you can feel like it. Because, well, guess what? Them construct that deep in our subconscious. So we are nothing more than subprimal. Elevate your mind. And if you come across it's about elevating your mind. Chart your own path. Live your own life. Ask yourself the difficult question. Top Farm. Will to power. Make the sacrifice. Check out www.topfarmwear.com. That what they have to do to liberate you. Where they want to be liberated, as Area Tubman said, I freed many are slaves, and I could free more if only they know they were a slave. A lot of us in bondage and don't know so we in bondage. We have to do it. We're going to have to do it, and we not stop do it. Top Farm, will to power.